Alright. Hello and welcome to Enters Tier 2 Qatar. Um, Sorry I missed last week. I was busy doing something and I've already forgot what I was doing. So, oh no, never mind. I remember what I was doing now. It was just, unfortunate timing that my race started at the same time the Enters race started. Quite unfortunate. Anyway, hope you're all doing good. We are back again for some Qatar action. Ugh. I'll be uh I'll be solo comms again, unfortunately. Like I have been basically all season. Let's see if I can get Dark End into the session because apparently he still needs an invite. Once it connects, I just need to find his name. There he is. At least he shows online. So a bit of changes to Inters in the past week. Farmer Sam has now been allowed to race tier 2, but he is being told he must turn off line and run no line. That's, yeah, a lot of stuff happening in tier 1. So that's he's made the case to put himself down in tier 2. He is now tier 2. Toddy has been allowed back into tier 2 as well. So we'll see how we go with that one. Sorry about that one. I was looking at my other screen because I have the stream on my other screen. Tilpil just disconnected, so I'll send him an invite. We will watch Sam's as his first one on track. But I'm gonna get Chillpill in the session before he starts, hopefully. But here we go with Sam's lap. First lap in tier 2 for Farmer Sam. With no line. Apparently he's only done one lap of practice, so let's see what he's able to do with that one lap of practice. Qatar, very interesting track. Not really much you can do on tire strategy around here. I mean, you can do a hard medium, but you are going to be very far behind the pack after pin as Farmer Stan hasn't validated and he's gone wide yet again. So what's the next one? Mechanic will be the next car across the line, so we'll jump down to him. Turns 4 and 5 very easy to invalidate. Turn 6 is somewhat easy if you turn it a bit too hard and you don't anticipate the turn in. But as we go through the little S section after turn 7, and he's invalidated on the X of turn 10. I believe that's turn 10. The next one will be Zilla's on the outlap, so I think it's Broadster. He's also invalid as well. So Jay has one of our reserves in the Sauber. Will be the first one to cross the line, and then Junkyard straight after him. And we got Aston further behind. That'll be F7 on the outlap. And I think it's A-Dog in 13th behind that Aston as Jay has throws it into the second last corner, almost invalidating. As we come to the line, we're looking at a low 22. So 22.2 for the fastest time. Junkyard 22.9. No, it's not. That was Ghost Rider's actually gonna cross that line first. Scotty is gonna start a lap, so yeah. Scotty actually started a lap, so it'll be Aussie first one before A-Dog. See what he's able to do. It's 21.8. And then A-Dog across the line 22.3. Almost beats out Jay has. We've got Darken just entering the straight to start his lap. I believe we got Webber as well. That was very wide when we jumped on board with him. Surprised he hasn't invalidated. Surprised he hasn't invalidated that one either. I think he's on no battery. And he's invalidated final corner. He tried the pit. Oh, he's just got it in. Farmer Sam completes his next lap. 23.9 for him. Zilla now crossing the line behind his teammate. 21.2 for Zilla. This mechanic starts his lap just behind the RB. Rumsey coming around the final corner to start his lap. Ghost Rider coming to the line. He's got a McLaren behind him. Is that Toddy or... I don't know which one it is. As Ghost Rider goes 5th fastest. Scotty just starts the lap, I'm pretty sure. Toddy goes 2nd fastest, 21.4. So 2:10 separate the top 2. Jump on board with... Actually, is Mechanic coming up? Mechanic is still going. Broster has in the bag. Well, Broster has not put us as valid lapping as Darkin goes fastest, 21.0. Now he's going to have to close that gap after last week as Darkin DNF Broster won the race. So title swinger has gone in Broster's way. I think he's about 12 points ahead now. I had to check. So once we get most of the people that have done their laps, I've got to check what the points gap is because I'm not... I got it earlier today. I've already forgotten it, to be fair. As Mechanic 22.5 for his fastest time. We'll go to Romsey. Romsey 21.6. Almost gets near the top. As Mozza, he's invalidated, would jump to Scotty, who's just about to finish this lap in that Ferrari. And I think he actually backed out of that lap because that's a 35.6. I think he's going again. So boy, I have pressed the wrong button. Whoops. I forgot to lock my Windows key, so it doesn't do that. Sorry about that. What I would do... First, there is on lap, he's invalidated turn the 4 on the exit, I think. Or, you know, actually, might have done it on the entry. Very easy to do on the entry, because you want to take as much curb as you can to open up the corner. So, he might have done it on entry. The points gap between Brest and Darkin after the last round is 10 points between the two. So, it is very close. He can do a 20.5? Well, he's got to stop invalidating his times first. As I was going to say Webber's on his way pass Bruiser, but he's backed out of that time. We're jumping to Chill Pill, who's currently on the lap, currently flying in the last sector. Oh, that's not great for Mozzie. And Chill Pill's invalidated. I'm not sure where he invalidated, but he did. 21.445. That would have put him just in front of Toddy as well. So Chill Pill will not be happy with that one. We jump to F7. Currently on a flying lap. There's purple sector 2. Currently on the flyer. F7, that's a slow moving horse. I think that's Broadster. As here comes Aston down to the line. 21.7 sits right behind his teammate, and now Broadster is starting his lap. Just chuck it into turn 1, and it sticks. Gets the correct line through 1 and 2. Almost looks like he almost invalidated on the exit of turn 2. Got a nicely through there. Into turn 4 and 5. Does he use auto tray? Uses auto tray into turn 6 now. Break as late as he can. Throw it in there. Use all that inside curb. Little bit of a wobble from Broadster on the exit, but it's fine. He caught it. Now we're going to turn 7. Now through the SSL turn 8, 9, down to turn 10. Another plate that's easy to invalidate as if you try to open that exit. Gets us nicely through there. Now through the fast part of turn 11, 12, and 13. I think it's 12, 11, 12, 13, or it might be 12, 13, 14. Into turn 15. Now into turn 16. Uses all that inside curb. To the line. This is going to be a low 21 and 21.3 for Broadster. Sits behind Zilla. But that is on older tires that he's already done the half, or he's done 4 corners full push on, so probably didn't even have any tire temp because he was going quite slowly around the track as well. Connor going very slowly at the moment. Chilpert does have a lap. Got a 41.5. He's actually about to finish his lap again. As he comes to the line. 21.411 sits in front of Toddy. He's actually gone faster than the lap he got invalidated on. As his teammate goes even faster. 20.7 is now the time. As Zilla actually goes fast, 21.1 as Farmer Sam now up into the 21.4s. So we watch a Muzza. Most people pit in this lap to put new tires, for fuel, or put as little fuel as they can for one flying lap. As we come to the fast section for Mozza. He's a purple sector 2, apparently. Using all the track. Slow moving Red Bull on the left. Gets past that, and he's invalidated on the second last corner. Very easy to do because you want to carry the speed, but you also need the car to be able to turn as he's just sending it into the pit lane. Oh, we're just everyone into the pit lane. 3 minutes remain on the clock. Look like Mercedes. Mercedes gonna be the first ones out. We got a Ferrari. Darken has decided to retire the car. So he is done. Brace is out on the track now. Here comes the other Merc, and then both Ferraris actually coming out together. We got a little race on our hands at the moment for who's going to be the first one to set a lap time. So Ferrari, the Aussie 2K, going to be the first one to cross the line, followed by Mechanic and Scotty, and then teammate Weber, and yeah, everyone very close. There's a Red Bull right up in McLaren at the moment. Oh, and he's gonna, I think it was Chill Pill as well. There's one of Mercedes, I believe that's Mechanics, had a spin out of turn 6. And he's retired on track. Just gotta have to hope that his car doesn't kill anyone. It's Aussie. 2/10 up on his time. This is gonna be Broach this time. At the moment, Chillpill, I don't think will be able to improve his lap time from 21.4 because then he's been finding someone in the whole sector 1. As Aussie to the line, used all of his battery. He goes ahead of Broadster for a brief moment. Here comes Scotty. He improved by 6/10 but doesn't move. Chillpill's actually gone fast. He went 2/10 faster than his last. As Toddy to the line. He goes quicker. 21.0 is now his time. We'll jump on the Brosa. He's actually invalidated his time, so he's going to start in 6th place. Unless Sam puts him down to 7th. Now, can Mozza put a Brosa down any more positions? Connor comes across the line. Can't improve his time from 38.6 as Mozza does 25.2. So the championship contenders, Darken and Broster, are separated by 6 cars at the moment, with Darken on pole. Broster down in 7th. But this is not what Broster needs for his championship fight at the moment. Darken on pole by 7,000. Zilla almost being an out with a 20.7. So 2 people in the 20.7s and everyone else in the 21s. So Toddy 21.0 plus a third. And Sam 21.1. You got Chill Pill 21.2. He actually improved after the sector 1 he had. It looked like he was fighting a McLaren, but I'm not sure. Ozzy puts it just in front of Broster, and Broster has to settle for his banker time with the used tire. But that is a big gap for the championship stands. If Broster doesn't do something different this race, he might lose a lot of points to Darken in this fight. But Showpill was telling me to do something in the race, and now he's just disconnected. Yeah. We'll wait for people to ready up. But it is Darkender versus Zilla on the front row. We've seen this before. 5 red lights, and away we go. Darkender actually getting a terrible start. He's dropped all the way down below Broster, who's had an excellent start. He's up in the 3rd place. RBs lead the way 1-2 as Aussie gets a little bit hit from Broster. But Darken from pole all the way down to 8th place. So him and Broster basically switch places on the grid as we got McLaren trying to go down the inside of one Aston's as Toddy down the inside as Farmer Sam and Broster finding out for 2nd place. Broster getting past the one. F7 is going to spin around on the exit of turn 4. Yeah, but now Broster in the mid-pack. Not what he wants, as we got a McLaren spin off sideways. That's Toddy in the gravel trap. Wonder if there was contact with someone further back. But Zilla leads away with Broster in 2nd, Farmer Sam in 3rd. We got Aussie who maintained his P4 spot after the opening lap. Jay has jumped up 1. And Darken falling down to 8th place has gained 2. But I believe Scotty has jumped up massive spots, I believe, from the start. Let's just have a look at position changes. So there's your position changes. Phil up 1, Rose up 5, Jay has up 6, Darken down 5, which is not going to be helpful. Scotty up 7 from where he started. Chill Pill, who's currently an AI, he's going to be disqualified for the race because his AI is in control. Toddy down 13 after that spin, and the F7 down 5. What we'll do, we'll turn on tires, see what people are. Okay, so I can see that Darken's now on the hard tires, so he was going for a hard medium strategy. It's not the end of the world for him. He is on something completely different. I have a feeling his lights weren't showing up at the start, as Bros are all over the back of Zilla. He wants to get past his RB as quick as he can to start extending that gap or start saving tires. I believe the pit lap around here is lap 10. Yeah, I believe pit lap is lap 10 for this track to get to the end. I'm not quite sure when the pit lap is. Brosa goes fast, 24.8 as Zilla goes defensive on the inside. Brosa out brakes him. Zilla tries to stick it down the inside, can't quite make it stick. As Darkin actually moves up into 6th place to go and past Sauber or Jay has. Now going to be looking on to Farmer Sam and Aussie just in front of him. But it's only been 2 laps and we've already got field spread. We got a 4-way fight for P2, 5-way fight for P2 as Connor is into the wall. And he's gonna have to pit again for that wing damage. And there we go. He decided to retire the car after that one and leave the session as Darkin getting past Aussie in the fast rights. Now behind Tom Sam. Gonna try and make that move when he can, but he can't do it now because the yellow flags, and now they're being cleared. Right on board with the Red Bull. He's gaining. He sends it. Oh, Sam doesn't want any of it. Cuts down on him. Azilla comfortably staying with Roadster at the moment for P1. Zilla actually hanging in with Bros at the moment. Gap between Zilla and Farmer Sam not really extending that much. It's kind of staying a little bit stagnant at the moment. As Darkin, he's way closer than he was last lap. Might have a little dive at turn 1 as Farmer Sam goes completely wide on exit. Or on the entry mid-corner, instantly switches to the inside line, trying to break the toe. Here comes Darkin down the inside, gets the move done. Zilla can't quite get it done on Brosa. Brosa too far ahead into turn 1. But Darkin now up into 3rd place after that little bit of a messed up start he had at the start. A little bit of a gap for him between the Ferrari and Farmer Sam now. It's almost at 1 second. Scotty dropped now DRS to 1.4. But Darkin already back in DRS of the top 2, which will be wonderful for him because now he can probably save a little bit of tire wear. Try to go to 1 extra on his stint plan, or just full push it. Never know. But it looks like if he is full attacking these corners, he's got Farmer Sam out DRS, who is now at 1.1. I think Aussie's also out of DRS as well because DRS protection is on the exit of turn 15. As Darkin, faster, 23.8 is now your new fastest lap. Does Zilla go for a move? He gets close, he looks for it. He doesn't want to go for it though. So I think we're gonna have these three following each other for a while. Now Darkins probably wants to win and get Roadster in the third place as gain on him. I think it's only like 5 points or something. The difference between P1 and 2. But he has that extra. He's got the. Actually, you know what? I'm checking. Point system. Okay, it's only 4 points difference between P1 and 2, but there is a point for fast lap, which Darken currently has on him, so it will be 5 points if Darken gets up into P1. Yes, Darken was like he was like P9 on lap 1, because I think he had the glitch where it doesn't show the lights. I'm not sure what happened. But he's now up in the third. Sam, first one with a 3-second penalty. And now Weber, 3-second penalty. That would have been exit turn 2. But you can see Sam slowly catching these guys. I think Brodson now is backing off on the pace a little bit for that tyre wear, so Darkin needs to try and get past these two when he can and then increase that pace, so these two have to use their tyres more. Darkin was trying to get past Zilla, then you make him use a bit more battery, didn't quite work out. As Zilla a little bit wide. That will be a warning for him as Rumsey, 3-second penalty. You can see for the whole last sector, Darkin is just saving his battery and probably dumping it all on the straight, but Zella's also doing the same to Roadster. Is he gonna make the move? No, he can't, he's not close enough. So it's just a 4-way fight at the moment as Weber gets past Scotty. Toddy gets past Mechanic. Toddy, who had a spin lap 1, probably gaining a few places. He caught up to this pack. It looks like he made a mistake in the turn slips because Darkin was all over his rear on the exit. He's still right by him. They're almost out of DRS as well. Now you got to think that a hard tire has a pace advantage over this medium, but it's not that big of a pace advantage because it's the starting tire. So he would be feeling the tire wear, but he won't be feeling as much as the mediums. And straight away, dark and to the right. Not sure why, but he might be trying to cool his engine. It might be running a bit hot. Darkin doing well. He is doing very well after the start he had. I think he missed the lights, or he had that bug where it doesn't show it. Not sure what happened, and that forced him to drop to like P9 or 10. Unfortunately, his teammate DC'd on the grid, so it's unfortunate for Red Bull. They're only going to have one car score. Campbell said he asked from tips last week. I'll believe it. You can just see how much more mechanical grip that Darkin has through the high speed or slow speed corners compared to the medium runners in front. He's just able to carry a lot more speed than these guys at the moment. But currently 3 people with 3-second penalties. It's Farmer Sam, Rumsey and Weber. Weber currently fighting for P8 with Scotty. As Farmer Sam into the pit lane. So that is going to trigger people to start pitting for an undercut. You threw money up, I can't throw it back. The Farmer Sam onto the hard compound tire. That will trigger people to react to that move. It might just trigger the Roadster and Zella to react to that, because no one, but he was in P4 behind Darkin, so only ones under threat of our undercut is the top 2. You love Ronaldo. Sure you do. I'm sure most people will love Ronaldo. Looks like we're having a little fight at the back between Mechanic and Junkyard. Mechanic just dropping in place as those medium tires are starting to fall as F7s hit the back of the Mercedes, forced them wide off track. I see that one in the Shorts room. You made out with him. As we got Zilla into the pit lane. So Zilla probably being told by... It's probably got team orders to pit that lap. Bracer stays out for one more. Now, just having an extra lap on the hards is pretty big benefit. So Bracer's going to try and make these mediums last as long as he can before he has to pit. They have a little bit more of a tire advantage over people pitting now, as Mechanic gets a 10-second penalty for speeding. As Zilla and his teammate Farmer Sam come out side by side. Farmer Sam just going to get ahead on the corner X as he's carried a lot more speed into it. So that is the undercut. So that's about a second undercut that Sam has pulled. So Darkin really has to get a move on at the moment. Darkin reminds you of something, you know. Yeah. As I think I saw Sam pick up another 3 seconds. So Sam up to 6 seconds currently at the moment as Darkin sizes up a move for Bracer. Is Bracer going to pull into the pit lane? No, Bracer stays out. Darkin drives like Lord. As Bracer tries to defend this one with everything he can, but can't quite do it. Darkin in front after the assistance of DRS. You got more people pitting. You see you got Aussie, J has Rumsey and A-Dog and the Williams all pitting for the hard compound tire. Now, mostly the people that are out are all hard runs. It's like Bracer staying out a little bit longer on that medium compound tire as Zilla gets past his teammate down the straight. That'll be DRS training them. So currently gap is about 10 points, but if they finish with Bracer wins and if Darkin wins Bracer second, then it comes down to 5 points gap, and I think there's only like 5 rounds left. I'm gonna check how many rounds left because I'm not even entirely sure how many rounds we have. I've lost count. Yeah, so there's not 5. There's 4 rounds left and 5 weeks. So we do have a break week in like 2 weeks time as Broster into the pit lane, locking up his tires to make sure he doesn't speed into that pit lane as well. You forgot to water your pants. What do you mean you... What? Nah, why are you watering your pants for, bro? Surely you mean plans, and you forgot the L. As here comes the two RBs. Both are actually able to stay ahead. You didn't misspell. So both are actually staying ahead of the two RBs. Which is somewhat surprising because you expect that since it's a high tire circuit that the undercut would be a little bit stronger, but it doesn't look like it. Looks like the hard tire warm up when you exit the pit lane is a little bit rough, so that might be a reason why we didn't see undercut happen. But now we have two RBs behind the Haas that can easily make this move with DRS. This Broadster continues. Oh no, bro. So Darkin continues. So he's going to probably continue to about lap 17, lap 18. So he's going to go about 4 more laps before he decides to pit, as Pharmacine gets a 3-second penalty added to his name, as Zilla almost off the track there. As pretty big gap that Rosa has made to Zilla. Zilla's closing, he's closing, doesn't want to make that dive. Probably want to make the dive before you get to the free car traffic just up ahead. That's Mother now getting past Junkyard, and we got F7 going to go down the inside. No, he just to go against it. Sit behind him. Oh, as actually F7 has dropped. Oh, he's had a moment. Now he's all the way back behind the people that pit as Aussie gets a 3-second penalty just behind this. You don't like Oblivion? Oh, man. How can you not like Oblivion? Zilla almost without DRS range, about 0.8 of a second. Brosa just catching the back end of Junkyard and Mozza. Now, depending how quick these three get past, this might change where Darkin's gonna filter out when he pits. So Brosa's probably gonna want to get past these guys as much as he can as he goes down inside of Junkyard. Is Zilla gonna follow suit? Looks like he will. It looks like he's got a little bit more straight line speed as Zilla's down the inside. As Brosa around the outside. He's half spun Mozza as well. For good company, and Farmer Sam gets the move done as well. So interesting to see what happens to the shoulds. That one might be put into the shoulds room by Mozza, as he's lost multiple positions off that. As Farmer Sam, I think, got a legal overtake on Junkyard. So yeah, that was a bit of a mess back there. Now Farmer Sam is 1.8 off his teammate. Zilla 1.3 off Broadside, so he's lost DRS. He wants to get that back way before turn 15, where the DRS detection is. So he's probably going to be burning all of his battery. Mechanic 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Darkin has continued yet again on those hard compound tires as we go through the detection, and Zilla does not get it on Brewster. Does look like Zilla might be running lower wings than Bros at the moment because he caught about 2/10 on the straight. Who's your favorite character? What, in general, or like in a certain game? Or I don't know. Because if you do in general, that's a bit hard. That's a hard one to answer. As in, oh, you're talking about a character in general. Yeah, I don't know. That one's hard to answer. Actually, yeah, to be fair, Mr. Bean, it's pretty good sometimes. See, it's a good laugh sometimes. I do like some Mr. Bean comedy, as there's a Mercedes in the pit lane. That's Weber pitting from P4. We'll probably end up behind Ferrari or the Williams. Probably the Williams, to be honest. Just coming out of the pit lane now. So about a 13-second gap from P1 to P2 at the moment between Darkin and Toddy. Goes for about 6 seconds, 5 seconds and a half from Toddy. Also got that penalty on him, but Bracer can only bring that gap down massively. So we'll just... That's not one. Just go gap the leader. So gap the leader currently 25 seconds to Darkin. I think the pit lane is about 24. If I'm not mistaken. I think it's 24, and that is probably not what you want to see if you're Darkin, is that your AI teammate has gone into pit lane, so you're forced to do an extra lap. Oh, see, you guys are like saying like like really good characters. Scooby-Doo is really good as well. This Farmer Sam, another 3-second penalty. Zilla still trying to get within that DRS. He's only losing about 2/10 to him, but then he gains it back. Not really a fan of Dragon Ball, to be honest. More Scooby-Doo. I prefer Scooby-Doo over Dragon Ball, to be honest. That is my preference. Okay, so gapped versus a Ghost Rider down by another second, but Ghost Rider's lost a second to Toddy, so that gap is kind of not really dropping as fast as you would have like thought. Let's have a look at Darkin. No, Darkin goes one more. He's not pitting. So he is going for massive overcut to get a tire advantage. So Darkin's probably gonna have to pit this lap because he's gonna. It's only like 10 laps after. Oh, it's 10 laps from here. I hope that you'll pit now. As yeah, so Ghost Rider, Toddy have both pitters down. Now you can see the gap between Ghost and Darkin. That's dropped by about 2 seconds, or a second and a half in the last 2 laps. They're still not able to gain time on Broster. He does have older tires. Broster does have younger, so you might have seen a little bit of a tire advantage between these two, as Broster just having a little bit of dirty air from Chill Pills AI on turn 6 exit. Not really much happening, as everyone is very spread out at the moment. As Darkin decided to go an extra lap. Oh no, come on. Just pit. I want to see some action, man. Everyone is so spread out. think the only closest people we have is Junkyard and F7 for P13 and P5. Or F7. I was thinking about sending it down the inside of the fast road, but that would have ended very badly. Let's go for again past his teammate A-Dog. That might have been... A-Dog might have been laying his teammate through since he's on younger tires. Wants to get Scotty just ahead. As F7 making the move on the McLaren with the assistance of DRS. Mozzie in the background trying to catch up to these guys. He's caught about a second in the last lap Mozzie has on these two. Let's have a look what Darkin decides to do. Is Darkin gonna finally come into pit lane? He goes one more. Bro, just pit. At this rate, he's going to be behind Zilla, which is probably not what you want. But considering that Zilla doesn't have DRS, it's not a bad thing. So just jumping on board with Ghost right now. He's chasing Scotty. As Toddy goes fast 23.6, so Darkin will need to re-grab that fast lap if he wants to close this gap down even further than the points gap that he has. Does have 4 rounds to do it, so the championship is very much on still. As Farmer Sam picks up another penalty. I think that puts on the 12 seconds or something. That is the wrong one. Farmer Sam currently up into 15 seconds, so he's going to be dropping quite far back. As it goes right of purple sector 1, so Ghost Rider probably trying to get fast lap as Darkin finally decides to put it into the pit lane. Wants to get that car new tires because those tires are shot. On board with Broadster at the moment. Let's see how far ahead he's gonna be of the Red Bull. Was that service took quite a long time. I think Darkin also might have had damage to his front wing. As Zilla is going to get past. His Farmer Sam going to get past him. He's coming down the straight. Darkin's on the pit exit, so it's not that close, but if... Sam's probably thinking if he was a bit faster in some places, he probably could have got ahead of Darkin. As you got Rumsey and Toddy fighting it side by side for turn 2. Toddy, a bit of a wiggle next to Rumsey. Keeps the car nice and straight, where he doesn't kill him by accident. Gets the move done way before turn 4. Now I'll be chasing down Aussie. As we're looking at the gap between, look at the gap between Darkin and Zilla. That's dropping fast. That was about, I think, 4 seconds at the start of the lap when he exited the pit lane. He's already down to 2.4. If we go to Cavalier, yeah. At the moment, that gap is coming down pretty fast. And the worst part, I think Darkin's going to catch Zilla at the worst part in the lap. He's going to catch him in all the braking zones. Who's Toddy? Gets past Aussie for P5. Will be P4 after Sam. Sam's penalties are put in place, but I think Toddy might get him on track as we jump on with Darkin. Currently in P3, chasing at P2. Purple sector 1. going it outside as we have a spinner. I think that's Mechanic. No, that's Weber that's had a spin, and now A-Dog has had a spin. As Darkyard and F7 all going through as Darken all over the back of Zilla. Zilla using all that battery just to get away. That gap, the gap was 5 seconds to the leader. That's almost 2 seconds gone off the gap that Brosa had to Darken. As Toddy, 3-second penalty. Now he's equal with Ozzy and Romsey behind him as Darken goes even faster with Dirty Air for most of that lap. Gets the move done with the assist with DRS. Now he's going to be chasing down Broster in front of him. He has 5 laps to be able to pass the Haas driver. Already cut that gap down by 6/10 within... I don't know what's happened on the straight. Oh, Sam's out. How the hell? How's that one happen? Sam's out and I saw Junkyard disconnect. As Joella is pitting. As Darkin has actually made the move on Bruce there. Unfortunately, I have missed it. Because I was trying to figure out how the hell does Sam die. Damn it. Well, Bruce is going to have DRS for at least 1 lap on Darkened. With where the detection is. The mechanic in the pit lane is putting on new tires. Weber's on new tires on the soft tire. He's probably going to go for fast lap. As here comes Broster on the Red Bull. Is he going to try mount an attack? He is going to try mount an attack down the around the outside of turn 1. Now got the inside line for turn 2. Toddy's retired. And he's pitting quit with the speeding pen, so he's not going to get a good finishing after being allowed back in tier 2. And by looking at the chat, it looks like Toddy and Sam have both collided. Now, Darkin's just picked up a 3-second penalty. Now, what Darkin needs to do, I'll sit behind Broster for this lap, get DRS, and then you just bolt. As Darkin has just gone in front of Broster, so this might be deja vu coming on this main straight as Broster's got to have DRS on the Red Bull. It looks like that is more of a healthy gap for Darken. He's got no battery, as you can see. But also, if you saw just then, look at the onboard of Broster, he also has no battery. So these two look like they have used absolutely everything over the laps. As there's a Mercedes off. That is mechanic in the gravel. Yeah, it's Darken. As mechanic, 10-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Now, if he reports that, I can probably get removed. As his Chilpo is now in front of him. The AI is now in front. But yeah, Darken currently about to do exactly that. Dantes, he is about to get that 3-second gap to Broster, who I don't think can get that gap down if he doesn't have DRS. I think Broster needs DRS to even stay with Darken, but can't even do it through the middle sector because Darken just has a lot more grip than the Haas driver. Zilla just enjoying his time in 3rd place. Very a very calm race for the RB driver. He got a battle for P4 though on between these two. Both of them currently on 6 seconds each, but they have a fast charging Ghost Rider behind them. That is currently, at the moment, within Romsey's penalty range. He's just about to get into Aussie's penalty range. As Darken has extended that gap to 3 seconds, he'll have 3-second penalty to his name. It won't mean anything because he's not going to catch anyone or get caught by anyone. I am just looking at the tier 2 chat for this race on 2 drivers at DNF. Farmer Sam and Toddy currently bickering at each other in the tier 2 chat, which is quite amusing because those two collide with each other, leading in Sam to be DNF'd at turn 1. As Rumsey 3-second penalty, so Rumsey currently on 9. Merc just letting people go at turn 1. That will be... Is that Weber letting people go? Weber's letting the leaders through at turn 1 as Rumsey down the inside of Aussie. Trying to get this place. Won't matter much because Rumsey has a penalty to his name. And Ghost Rider's currently clean. As Jay has in 7th is going to probably jump all 3 of these guys. So he's keeping up with them. 2 laps remaining of this race. This battle on track can only be 4, which at the moment is going to be Jay has in the Salvers P4 at the way it's going. As Ghost Rider making a move on Rumsey for P5. Final lap has been started for these drivers. Darken kind of leading with that 3-second penalty, able to build that gap very nicely within 2-3 laps of passing Roadster. As we come to the end of the lap, Roadster, Darken, who had a poor start at the start of the race, will come home in first place after doing a very different strategy to most of the drivers. Roadster will finish in second place. Zilla, who had a very calm race, in third place, will finish where he started, or one place where he's down from where he started. And Weber will finish off in P13. Currently, Aussie gonna finish in P4 on track, but gets overtaken by Ghost Rider for P4 instead. But J-Haz will beat all 4 of them for P4. Ghost Rider 5th, Aussie 6th, and Rumsey 7th. F7 after good recovery after having a late spin in the race up to P8. Scotty P9. Mozzo recovers himself to P10 after that small collision with Broadster. We got A-Dog, who takes the P10 away from him. Instead, Chill Pills AI will finish 14th, but that will be DSQ'd, as it's been AI or race. As Mechanic has gone spinning at the end. Junkyard finishes in 12th. Not sure if he was actually in the session. Why are we putting him into pit lane? Anyway. Why did he retire? It was the final lap. Oh, I don't even know anymore. Anyway, Darkin will be your winner. Rosa second, and Zilla third. We will do interviews, so just give me a second to get those drives in. But there is your driver cards. So Darkin will take the win and the fast lap. That will reduce the gap to the Roadster's lead by 5 points. You got Ghost Rider Driver Day and most overtakes, and the F7 is your cleanest driver. But while it was one interesting race, I would say the least. But we'll just go through for the instance, just in case that people need them. And then we shall switch to the standing screen, and then we're going to wait for a few people to join. And we currently got Roseden. Now we got Darkin, and we're just going to wait for Zella to join and see. We'll just give Zilla another 2 minutes, or a minute and a half, see if he joins. If not, we'll start with Broadster. But, oh, Zilla's here now. Oh, perfect timing. Well, congrats on your P3, Zilla. Was very controlled at the start, but it looks like that traffic might have screwed you over more than they helped you with staying with Broadster in the middle of the race.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that had a huge impact, to be honest. I don't think my race pace is, clearly quick enough, so don't think it would have mattered too much.
Well, after that P3, you're very solidifying yourself in the standings in P3 at the moment, as Chill Pill had another disconnect, which unfortunately he couldn't get back in.
Yeah, it's a shame. Seems to be a regular occurrence for him.
Well, P3 at Qatar almost went penalty free. He just got the penalty in the last few laps, which is unfortunate. But next week we do have Abu Dhabi, and I believe it is a sprint race, unfortunately. So, how do you feel for that track?
Yeah, not bad. I did it a few weeks ago in a different league, so recently run it. Didn't do too bad. We'll see how we go, I guess.
Well, congrats on your P3 now. I think these points actually... you lose a little bit to Haas.
Nowhere near enough.
You lose a little...
Nowhere near enough.
You lose a little bit to Haas, but you gain on Ferrari at least, I think.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway...
Scotty and Aussie won't be happy about that.
Congrats on your P3. Enjoy the week before the next race.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for streaming too. See ya.
Well, Broadster, it looked like you had this race all in the bag after Darkin's poor start, and then it just kind of went downhill. Talk us through your strategy.
I should have done the hard medium. Like, I've seen everyone do it. I don't know why I went for the medium hard, because obviously it worked out for Darkin. So that's something to keep in mind. Qualifying was not the best. P7 is not optimal, so I think P2 is the best we could have gotten. So I'm gonna take it.
Well, yeah. To say P7 on the grid after you, I believe you only got the one lap in after you invalidated all the other ones, which common occurrence in qualifying that I've seen between everyone. Always invalidate either turn 4 or turn 15. But it is still decent points for you, not the points that you want, because now the gap for the championship lead is down to 5 points with 4 rounds left. I'm not sure how many. But Abu Dhabi's next. Do you think you can extend that gap? Considering I believe it's a sprint. I hope it's a sprint.
Yeah,
It is a
unfortunately, but yeah, confidence is good there. Just gotta find the right setup that I'm comfortable with and pull off a good strategy this time. So yeah, it's a good track for me. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, with your finish, you do gain a little bit on racing balls in the constructors, considering Farm Sen had a late DNF colliding with Toddy, which I think is a continuation of an argument from like a month ago. So we don't get into that one.
Yeah, I couldn't give a fuck. Oh, sorry about the constructors because I don't have a teammate. You know, they join and end up leaving. So yeah, it's just me on my own. So yeah.
Well, we're currently holding P2 in front of Racing Balls, who has 2 drivers. It's not that bad. Anyway, Saint, congrats on your P2, and we'll see you next week for Abu Dhabi.
Thank you very much.
Now, Dark End, it looked like you had it all in the bag. Secured pole by, I think, 7,000s to Zilla, and then what happened on the start? It looked like you missed it.
After 2 races in a row again, that the lights just take like an extra 2-3 seconds, and then I'm just like qualifying means absolutely nothing. So I'm just getting really unlucky with weird glitches.
Well, you made the hards work. Surprisingly on the first, and again back up into, I believe it was P4 by lap 3 or something.
Did you like my long stint?
No, because I was looking at the
No?
gap. I'm like, just pit, please. I want some action. There's nothing to watch. And when you did pit, you're near no one.
Yeah, well, my
It
timer
was
was really
Zilla.
good.
No,
So
it was near Zilla by like 2 seconds. They caught in the worst spot
I came
possible.
out like 4 seconds behind Zilla.
Yeah, and then you dropped it to 2 seconds midway through the lap, and like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah, but no, my tire wear was really good, and like lap 21, I think my tires were only on like 81%. So I was like, I'll just stick on this and just make the delta as big as possible on the mediums. Like, I don't feel like I'm losing that much time. So.
You got lucky that the F1 gods of EA did not want to give you a puncture as you hit 80%. But you do cut that lead down by 5 points. I feel like this is gonna be a championship down to the last round, which I hope, because that will be an awesome call. But you got Abu Dhabi next with the sprint. Do you feel like you can maybe gain on Roadster even more or no?
Yes. I like Abu Dhabi a lot.
I'm fighting words.
Confident. Well, fighting words. I don't know if I should be saying fighting words because Brods is, you know, he's ahead of me because he's finishing races and doing it consistently. I have a howler every now and then drop 25 points in one go.
Well, at least you gained some points back. At least you're still in the fight. Abu Dhabi next week. Hopefully you don't DNF there. We're gonna pray. How do I set this program?
Go out on time for you.
Yeah, we'll pray on the lights first. That's the first order of business. But it will be 4 sessions in Abu Dhabi that you guys will have to do. So have fun with that one.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for joining the comms box. Congrats on your P1, Darken. Congrats, Grace, on your P2, and we'll see you in Abu Dhabi.
Very much for commentating, Apollo.
Well, that is us done for.
Yeah, you're very unlucky with the lights. That's cooked.
That's us done for tier 2. I appreciate everyone watching. So gap down by 5 points to Brewster's lead from Dark End. So this championship fight is going to go all the way to the wire. Be sure to watch the rest of the season if you're keen on watching these two fight it out. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining the stream to watch. And we will see you all in Abu Dhabi for the sprint. See if Darkin can pull out his inner Max Verstappen on Roadster. See if we get a 2021 type safety car. Anyway, thank you all so much for joining, and we'll see you all next week. Or we'll see you tier 2 next week, tier 1 tomorrow. For the same track. Not sure what the gaps are in the tier 1 championship, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, we'll see you all then. Goodbye.